What the fuck? Oh my god. Final chapter of Fairy Tail. Man, what the heck? Now this is coming from a guy who lowered his standards completely for Fairy Tail. Like, I'm just like salty now. Really, really fucking salty. You couldn't give us that one moment, at least for the romance part. Okay, this chapter was like all over the place. I was like 2 chapters or whatever. It was 48 pages. Fairy Tail chapter 545, the last chapter, and my last video. No. I'll take that back. I'm taking that back. The Fairy Tail anime will come out with the final season, and I don't think I'll do a review for it. I might. I'm not so sure. I don't think I will. But this might be my last video for Fairy Tail. Thank you, Hiro Mashima. Fuck you, Hiro Mashima. You get the picture. Anyway, this chapter was all over the place. Well, first off, I think there's a little time skip, and then Lucy wins an award for her book, but she didn't make any money off of it. Which how does that make any sense? Everyone's alive. Everyone's good and well. Juvia and Gray are together. That was cute. You know, Juvia was all like stripping down, and Gray didn't like it when they were doing that at the party because I think she was a little buzzed. Because this party is to celebrate Lucy winning her award for the book, and it like made best time seller. And when she was stripping, Gray says, "Oh, because your body," and like he looks away. She's like, "Should belong to me," and then she gets all happy. So I'm like, okay, fine, you confirmed it completely. Ganjo and Levy, they confirmed it, and they were like speaking like nasty things to each other, what they wanted to do, to go sneak off somewhere, to go, you know, play around. And Lucy kind of heard it, and she was embarrassed. But Wendy, she had like stronger hearing powers, and she heard it, and she was like just like embarrassed completely. So yeah, it's pretty much just all Fairy Tail celebrating because they won. And there's some retarded shit. What was that thing with Mavis and Zareth? That made no sense whatsoever. Where the fuck did they... I thought they died. It's like they show up, Mavis, and they're like completely different names. 2 people that looked exactly like Zareth and Mavis. And they're talking, they're flirting. Mavis even has the Fairy Tail little feather things on her ears. And they're talking amongst each other. And they both have different names, but not different personalities. And it's like weird. It's like Natsu just recognizes them and he goes, huh? And he just smiles and they walk away. And I'm like, what? What? What the fuck? And it was coming from Lucy's perspective, which is nice because, you know, Lucy is my favorite character. I like her a lot. And she was talking about all the good things that Fairy Tail brought. And it did feel good to see some nostalgia purposes. But this chapter felt so, like, underwhelming. It felt weird. Especially with the ending. Because Natsu and Lucy, they were talking. And Anna just goes about her regular day. She lives throughout her life. And, man, Anna had no character development whatsoever, man. I care less about her character. And they were talking, Natsu had talked about how Lucy and Anna smell the same, and then Gajo says that that's why you probably like Anna too, huh? And he's like, yeah, that's true. And then Lucy's kind of like blushing, and it's pretty obvious that Lucy has strong feelings for Natsu. And I'm just waiting for that part. I'm waiting for the Nalu finale moment, and I'm just like so like anticipated all throughout the whole chapters. You know I'm a true fan. When I was legit screaming like a fucking fangirl waiting for that moment. Because Lucy would like build it up, and then she looked like she was about to talk about her relationship with Natsu. But nope. It's like she'd build it and then she wouldn't talk about Natsu. And then it wasn't towards the very end where you think you're going to get that moment. Because that's all we care about. That's all that's left to care about fucking Fairy Tail. It's just the romance aspect. If you stuck with it this long, especially the ones who ship, you know, Nalu or Gajevi or whatever, you know, if you're a romance shipper like me, this is what you have to look forward to, pretty much, because the story went down like a shithole. Acnologia got fucking raped in the narrative. Zareth got one-shotted. That's all there is to care about. And they have like their sweet moments, because it was funny, because apparently Lucy had drank too much, and she thought she had a dream, and she woke up, but actually what happened was it was actually real, but she got drunk, and then Natsu had to carry her back. And then, like, Lucy's like, Natsu, take off my clothes and stuff like that. And then, like, Natsu's like, whatever. And then Natsu ends up sleeping with Lucy, like, knocking out. Not, like, sleeping, but, like, her happy and Lucy, and they knocked out. It was kind of hilarious. And Lucy was all embarrassed. And then she remembers all the good times and all the bad times between Fairy Tail and Natsu. And it was a really sweet moment. She goes up and she runs and hugs Natsu. It's just like, thank you for all the moments. I never would have experienced this without meeting you. And then Natsu says, Lucy, there's something I have to tell you. And then she's like, oh, wait, as if she's bracing herself for a kiss. And she starts to close her eyes like in a dorky way. And then Natsu just goes, oh, it's time for us to go on a mission. They run off a 100-year mission. Them and Erza, they're all waiting for them. And then Lucy's like pissed off. She's like, oh, when the audience expects you to do something. And I'm like, really? Really? Are you fucking serious? What the fuck? It's like, it's not a bad chapter. It's just a weird chapter. Okay, it was mainly weird because Mavis and Zeref had showed up. And there's some other things that I can't exactly pinpoint, but who gives a fuck anymore because it's the final chapter. And it's all over the place. It's like, I don't know how to explain this chapter. It was kind of underwhelming, especially with that final scene when Natsu and Lucy don't like kiss or like say their feelings for each other. Now, I'm going to watch the Dragon Cry movie as soon as, like, you know, it's up online and I can watch it. And when I watch the anime, hopefully they're going to add some filler to it. I think that's why I'm going to watch the anime, so I can see some added canon filler-like episodes so we can add to Natsu and Lucy's relationships. And maybe some things, like they can fill in some plot holes or things that were missing from the manga. Because a lot of times with the anime, what they do to Fairy Tail is they have to do a lot of fucking damage control that Hiramashima does, and they fix it up and they try to put it together and try to make it work so it doesn't seem that retarded in the anime. And that's like something the anime really does good, and that's why when I got into Fairy Tail through the anime dub, I thought this was pretty awesome. But like, if you start off with the manga, I probably would have dropped this shit a long time ago. But anyway, just a weird chapter. It was okay. It was a 1-year time skip. Everyone's happy. You know, you get what you can with. You get what you expected this chapter. You know, it's underwhelming bullshit. And just like Hiramashima, like fucking trolling. And that's how he ends up on a Hiramashima high note. And that's the end of Fairy Tail. As far as this manga goes, the series, I really do love this series. And I'm looking forward to the anime. I can't wait. It's going to be bittersweet because I'm going to see some disappointing things like I did in the manga. But there are some good moments that were in the manga that are going to be animated that I'm looking forward to watching. As far as this chapter goes, 3 out of 5 because I'm fucking salty as hell how that ended. But it was still like, what can I say? Fairy Tail, I'm going to miss it. I'll just leave it up on that note. I'm going to miss Fairy Tail and all the controversy it caused and how so many YouTubers just came together and just realized, you know what? This is kind of shit, but we still love it. Goodbye, Fairy Tail. Hopefully you do well in the anime. Bantard out.